of how to get this started is you can use decision making in Python. Okay. Now, question is, what is decision making? What is decision making? Answer? Any idea? Any guess that you want to put?
Decision making is making your own choice.
Okay. So in programming, what will happen is, let's say you are writing a program, right? And you are prescribed a medicine, right? And in that program, you are to just give an alert to a developer, to a person who is sick and who is using your software, and you want to say, if it is 4 p.m., okay, if it is 4 p.m., take this medicine. Normally this is how it happens, right? You go to doctor says one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening, right? This is how you see. So, and what happens is, as soon as the morning comes, somebody comes to you and says, okay, take this medicine. So he is coming to you on the basis of certain conditions, and then if that condition is matching a criteria, something turns true, then you are asked to do certain tasks. So let's say you are, let's not take about this medicine example. Let's take some other example. For example, I say that if the count is greater than 4, okay, then do something. And count is a variable that I've taken as, let's say, a 1. So is count is greater than 4? No, any idea?
Yes,
Is
sir.
okay, I'll just give you a variable. I am saying count is equals to 1, and I'm asking if count is greater than 4. Leave all these symbols and all, you will understand. I will just say it this way, greater than 4. Is it a true statement or is it a false statement?
False.
Only because count is having value which is greater than, which is not greater than 4. If I say count is 5, then this is true. Yes or no?
It's true. It's not. It's now true.
It's now true, right? So this is one of the conditions that you're using to imply a further work. That is decision making. So in Python, we have different ways. Okay. So one way is a general term that is called as if. Using if. If is one of the inbuilt support that is available in Python, using which you can put conditions. Okay. Then we have another that is if and else. So we will learn all of them one by one, but just for us to record at this time, we can say if and then else. And the other one is if else. They are more complicated one. Let's leave it for now and let's simply understand and focus on if statement. Up there goes simple. I say I can ask you, what is if now? Question is, what is if? What is if in Python? Just repeat, just understand what we discussed just now. If is a condition making support, is a condition making system that is being given by Python to make your decisions based on certain conditions. For example, if light is closed, power it on. If light is on, power it off. If you're going to home, then shut down the lights. We normally speak like this, right? We always believe in conditions. I say, if there is a fuel in a car, then I will drive. How, otherwise you cannot drive. Let's say you are driving an electric car. If battery is not charged, can you use it? Yes or no? Arnav, you there? You're speaking on mute.
Sir, I wasn't able to unmute and hear you.
Okay. Were you able to hear me?
I don't know. A glitch happened, but now it's okay.
No problem. I'll just repeat. So I'm saying, let's say if I ask you, if your car battery is charged, then you should drive. Right? So this driving experience, driving a car, is depending on what?
The battery.
Battery is depending on an if, right? If is a condition, and condition is a battery. And if the battery is charged, then only I will drive. Fine. So let's understand syntax of if. Very simple, very easy. So how do you write syntax? Syntax is like how do you write in the program. So I will write
If Sir, you're on mute.
Yeah, I was on mute. I just got a call. Okay, so I will say if, and then I will write condition, any condition. Okay, and then I'll write colon. This is a syntax, and this is a condition that I am posing in, and it can be any conditions. We'll just discuss that also. And then a colon that is mandatory, and then your work. Okay, now remember two things, very simple. This space is important, number one. Number two, this colon is important. Number three, this condition is important. So now understand one more thing. It says, read it like English, right? If condition, then you do your work. Work can be anything. It can be any work that you want to do with this program. And why this space, you can ask me, because I want to tell my Python anything written with this space indentation, this is called indentation, will be covered under this condition. It would look a little complicated, but just simply understand. I'm saying two things. One is, if the door is opened, go inside and do power on the lights, do power off the fridge, do power off the oven, right? So these 3-4 tasks that I'm giving you is only happening when the door is opened. Okay, so these work tasks will happen inside your condition only, and so on. Otherwise, if you are doing a normal code, like you're just doing anything else, so I can just write print ABC or whatever it is. So it is not dependent on this if statement. Print will happen anyways. So I will just do an example for you, but for now, let's understand three things. One is this condition that we will talk about. Then this colon, this is a mandatory part of syntax. Then this indent, which is also mandatory to classify this separation to the Python, that anything written inside this condition is a part of if block. So one that I've highlighted, which you see in blue color, is a block now. Okay, Abhi, whatever we have learned till now, we'll start implying this. Okay, so let's say one by one. So what are conditions? What are conditions? Conditions can be anything, any condition. Let's say 2 greater than 5, 5 greater than 100. Yeah, one condition can be sun rises in the east, and so on. Okay, and many other. We'll just discuss that. Colon is mandatory. Just learn it by heart because this is important. And then you work can be anything that you want to get that done after the condition is true. Okay, now one very important thing is, if at all your condition is true, then only my control will come inside this. Simple. Imagine I asked you, if the door is open, then go inside. Let's say if the door is closed, then what you will do? Hanav, what you will do?
Sir, I'm thinking, yes, sir. So you will open the door.
But you are not asked to do it, right? It is just a simple door. I said if the door is open. I did not say, see, computer is a robot, right? It will not do anything by itself. I have asked that if the door is opened, then go inside. Let's say if the door is not opened, then
you will have to open the door and then go inside.
But I did not ask you to open the door. You will simply do nothing. You will simply raise an alarm that the door is not opened. Or because if the door is not open, then you cannot do all these tasks.
Okay.
So this is a Boolean statement. Boolean statement, what do you mean by Boolean statement? A statement which has either true or false as a response. Nothing else. There is no sideways. I will not go and open the door if the door is closed. I'm not asking this. Question is, if the door is open, you will say yes or no. Simple. If the door is open, it is true. If the door is closed, then it is false. So just explain me Boolean thing. I say if door is opened, and let's say in reality door is opened, so what will be the output? True.
If the door is opened already, then the output will be
True.
true.
True. Let's understand. There are two types of output. Computer works on the binary, right? And there are
True
two,
and
two
false.
things: true or false. True means 1 and false means 0. Okay. So if door is open, then true. I say if door is closed. Okay. Now listen to me very carefully. I say if door is closed and door is opened, then what will be the output?
False.
Why?
Because the conditional says if the door is closed,
Closed.
then
Yes. That means my condition is true this time. Okay. So it can be like, if the door is closed, go and open the door. If the door is open, go and close the door. So this second part of the statement is an action that is being asked to do. But first part of the statement decides whether you have to do the other part or not. Simple. If it is true, then do something. If it is false, then do something. It will all depend on your condition matching true or false. Fine. Now let's take very simple example so that confusion gets decluttered. Let's say I'm saying I have a number. My number is equals to 4. Okay. Simple. There are too many things that we will cover, like what is greater than sign, what are the logical operators that we will talk. Okay, I always talk, but whenever we'll cover in the topic, we will cover this as a whole, right? So let's say what I'm doing is I'm creating a variable which is with the name of my n, and I'm giving it a value 4. Now if I use the syntax that is being highlighted here, I will write if I will write my n is greater than 4, then print a message, any message. It can be, yes, the number that you entered is greater than 4. Okay. Now if I run this on the other side, what do you see? There is no output. Let's say I assign this number as 5 so that I'm able to make more clarity for you. And if I run this, you will see what? A message. What is that message? Yes, the number that you entered is greater than 4. So this
yes.
printing is dependent on this if condition. Let's say in the same example, let's say I replicate this in the bottom part and I write this as my n is equals to 1. And I'm printing only when the number is greater than 4. If I run this, so I will see two outputs, only one output, one which is coming because of this. But because of this it's not showing. It's giving no output. But now if I change this, I say if my n is less than 4, my n is less than 4, then print, and I will change this language also, is less than 4. So what will be the output?
The output will be yes, the number that you entered is less than 4.
So in the same program, I'm using two if conditions with two different variables and two different parts. Make sense? Now, so this is one of the best part. Now, if I use the print outside this and I write a confusing message, yes, the number is less than 5 or 4. Okay. Yes. So let me run this. See, I see this also. But is this statement dependent on your condition?
No.
Because it is not inside the scope of that condition. Remember the word scope. So these two lines being written is one block, right? And if I just simply, for you, I just pass on this as a tab and I make this as something false. Let's say I give this a 6. Okay, so my n is less than 6. Well, that means 4 is less than 6 is less than 4. That is not possible. This time I will not see both the outputs. Now these two lines are not been printed. Okay, so this is
because the second one is just a normal print.
yeah, but now it is in the scope of this bracket. So if let's say if this condition is getting false, anything inside the scope will not be operated upon. You write 100
Yes, sir.
lines below this, it will not be operated. Okay, any doubt here, just ask me like anything.
No, sir.
Okay, so अब इसी को let's try to understand in more clearer way. अब थोड़ा सा confusion करते हैं. Let's say I'm saying my n is equals to 44, and I say this way: if my n is greater than equals to 44. So this greater than equal to symbol is a logical operator, which is just kind of comparing two numbers. So I'm writing my n is greater than equals to, that means my n can be 44 or even greater. If that is the case, then do something, print, and you say my n is greater than or equal to 44. Fine. Now tell me, if this is true, then what will be the output?
Yes, sir. If it's true, then the output would be myn is greater than or equal to 44.
44. Now, so do you believe that this is true?
Yes, because they are equal.
They're equal. That makes sense. Now, if I let me just first run that for you. See, it says it is greater than that. Now, if I just remove this greater than this sign, now will there be an output?
No, because that indicates being smaller.
Yes, so these are the logical operators, and we are learning it now. We will also see it in more detail when we go ahead into that particular topic. But yes, let's understand this, because this particular thing that I've highlighted is a condition that I'm creating, right? Now, let's understand one more part. If I say this way, if the number is greater than, I will write it for you, greater than 44, then print message, else print some other message. Okay, so now in the same program I will add one more additional topic for you. That is, I say if this is greater than equals to 44, let's say I'm taking this as 40. So this time what will happen? This will not print, and what user will see no output coming up, right? So for this, Linux Python has given a feature called as else. Okay, and else else is just an opposite of if. So I will just write, and then I'll tell you the concept behind it. So I will say no, the number is not greater than 44, and I just say, you see, because my number has been declared as 40, right? And so this if is failing, so my control will go in the else. So this is if else combination. So I'm now coming back to your older example. You say if the door is open, then go inside, else open the door. So that intelligence I have inserted using else. Make sense? Any confusion?
Yes, so no confusion.
Understood, right? So these two people can be used in together, or they can be used independently, but else cannot be used individually. You cannot write a code starting with else. Just remember this. If will come, if can work alone, if can work with else, but else cannot work alone. You cannot have a program like this. So else do something. This will not work. This will give you an error, because Python is not being written this way. So else is always accomplished with if. Okay, now if you have understood, let's understand some more good examples. And so out of these three, if I go up and say these three, we are talking about these two people together, and this is how we are making decisions. Now let's see. I ask you, write a program. Write a program. I will do it for you, and then in the next class I will make you do, because this is a little, I would say, uh, complicated when it becomes bigger. So that's why I wanted to let's first understand the concept and then we'll go there, right? So let's say write a program to take a number and check that number is even or not. Simple. Let's understand the maths behind it. Number, any number that I've taken is 44. Okay. Is 44 even? First understand this. You know what is even number?
Yes, sir. Like 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8.
So what is the maths behind this? Like, how do you know that it's an even number?
So first we have to do even number equals to an even number.
No. Even number is a number which is anytime divisible by 2. Right?
Yes, sir. So first we have to take a variable even number.
Don't tell the program. First tell me, you understand what is even number?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's do it. So you are saying you take a variable. I have taken a my n is equals to 44. Okay, I say a number which is divisible by 2 is divisible by 2 successfully is an even number. So how do you check it is divisible by in the program? There is a modulo operator.
Now we'll have to do if
Operator would be used to divide, to check the remainder. You know, in divisions you have remainders, right? So how do we do? If you write if and write my n modulo 2 double equals to 0, any number which is being divided by 2 gives no output, that is 0. Dividing by, let's say 44 divided by 2 is what? 22, and the remainder is 0, right? You simple think of a division problem. So that's division problem is what we are trying to imply here. So if it is exactly divisible by 2, it will give no remainder. And if it is not giving any remainder, I will just simply write print, yes, the number entered is an even number. And here I will write my n. And if I run, you see a message, yes, the number entered is an even number. Questions can be, now let me explain you first. So let's first say, let's say my n, then you can ask question. My n is equals to 44. Okay, I'm saying my n modulo 2, that means 44 modulus 2 is equals to 0 or not. Is it true or not? So 44 divided by 2, you just pick your pen and paper and try dividing 44 with 2. You will see that there is no remainder coming up. Okay, and if it is no remainder coming up, that means this double equal to is a conditional. Left hand side and right hand side should be equal. That is why this operator double equals to is being introduced. Okay, so we have learned 3 operator: greater than, less than, greater than equals to, less than equals to, and this double equals to, right? Double equals to means left hand side person and the right hand side person has to be equal. Okay, and if they're equal, that means my if condition will be true. And if this is true, then I will do something. Make sense? I know, I'm waiting for you to answer. Is it okay? You have confusions, you can ask me.
Sir, I know the answer now, sir. It's true.
Right, it's true, right? So now let's see. I say,
but sir, I have a question. Why did we use percentage?
That's a modulo operator. That's not a percentage here. In Python, we call it as modulo operator. I'm just writing that for you. Modulo operator. Okay, so it is a percentage sign on the keyboard, but it is used as a modulus. Modulus is just like when you're dividing with a number, you see the remainder in that case. So modulus gives you a number that is in the remainder of the division. So mathematics. Programming is one part, mathematics is another part. Just even number is something that you should be told what exactly it is, because you are in the standard that you know already. There are people who do not know what is an even number is. So we have to explain him or them that what exactly the even number is. So idea is not to learn even number. Idea is to how to use your program to find out an even number. Okay, understood? Any doubt? Let's do a cross example. So I will use and this program another time, and at this time I will give a value called as 45. So tell me, is 45 even number? Is 45 an even number? Oops, the number
Yes.
you have entered is not even. The number is my n. Now tell me. From here, I will just.
Sir, it will show, oops, the number you have entered is not even.
Yes. So checking whether checking the number to be even or not. Okay, just simple, just so that we have a clear separation on the output. And I will run this. You see, oops, the number you have entered is not even, because we know that 45 is not even. But how does the computer know? Computer will do it this way. He will just simply divide the number by 2, and it will see that there's a remainder. So if the remainder is 1 in this case, then 1 double equals to 0, that is not a true statement. So that's why it will turn false, and if it is turning false, then this will not enter into this condition. It will come inside the else, and it will simply print the message. Any doubt here? I think this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll ask this question again in a different way. You know what is odd number? What is even number?
So for odd number, we will have to do my s.
No, just don't think as a programmer, think as a person, right? Odd numbers are something which are not even number, right?
Yes.
If a number is not even, then it's what? It's odd. Okay, so let's understand that way. So in the same program as being written above, I will just simply even or odd, I will change the messaging here. And if I say if the number is not even, or I can just simply say it here, not equals to 0. If a number divided by 2 is not equal to 0, then the number you have entered is odd number. And then else,
so
you can say
an exclamation mark.
I'll tell you, I'll explain that. Else the number you have entered is even. Now your question, answering your question, I did not tell you. This is an exclamation sign. This is also a logical operator. So this logical operator means this means not equal to. Not equal to. Okay, so this is something that we will have to understand. There are some short codes, right? This means not equals to, and this means this double equals to means this double equals to means equals to. Left hand side is equals to right hand side, and in the bottom line we are understanding not equals to. So not equals to, the short code is this. So there is one more way. I don't know, let me just try to see that is available. In shell we normally have this approach. Here we do not have. So this is not there. I was just thinking, I think this is not there. It is in shell language. There's another programming language. We can have that, but here let's understand in a simple language if this is not equals to. Okay, any doubt here?
No, sir.
Okay, perfect. That is perfect. Now let's understand the necessity. So we have understood the syntax, we have understood the definition. Necessity is because imagine you are writing a program of home security, or let's say you are writing a program of mathematical numbers. Okay, and in the real time a person is entering a number and you are telling him that the number is even or odd, right? And you're doing this infinitely. Infinitely means you're doing continuously. So this processing will come with a condition, and that on that condition you will have to post an output. Okay, because see, imagine computer is a dumb person. First of all, he is a person who will react on the code or decisions which you have asked him to do, right? if the number is even, and if I'm not asking that, I'm not printing it, so even after checking it, it will not print. He's not human, right? He will need an instruction from your side to do certain tasks. So you are printing it so that a human sitting on the other side is able to understand it. Imagine if I am not even printing anything, that does not mean that this number is not even or odd. Printing just tells and informs the user on the other side. Computer gets the information by this only. Okay, this is something which is not true. Okay, now let's understand. Write a program. Write a program to take two numbers, find the sum of two numbers, and check that number is divisible by 7 or not. Okay, very simple. So think. Question is, take two numbers, find the sum of the two numbers. Okay, and then that sum you have to check should be divisible by 7 or not. So how we will do? We will simply take a variable that is a, which will have, let's say, 8. Okay, b, which will have variable called 10. Question is, find this sum. So I will write sum can be what? It can be m sum, any name that you want to give. M sum is equals to a plus b. Now I will just simply print a message very beautifully saying that yes, sum of two numbers taken is comma m sum. Make sense? Now if I run this program, is the answer done? Is the program solved? No. Or is it solved?
Sir, it's not solved.
It's still not solved because condition is still left. Somebody is saying check that the number is divisible by 7 or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for this you will just simply say that I would say if m sum modulus 2 double equals to, not modulus 2, it is 7, right? Double equals to 0. He's asking divisible by 7 or not. No, so you will just say, and I will write print, and I will write hello, yes, the number is divisible by 7. Okay, and then you will print it. Else you will pass a message, else print yes, the number, not yes, no, the number is not divisible by 7. Think, does it make sense? Now if I run this program, I will say yes, the number is entered. Just leave that. The sum of the two number is 18, and no, the number is not divisible by 7. So let's see a number which is 11. Okay, 11 plus 10 is 21. Now this time I should get that number is divisible by 7. Does that make sense?